All right. Excuse me. Hello, my lords and ladies, and welcome back to another first-time Shadowbringers playthrough via trial player extravaganza. We just defeated our third Lightwarden. I'm still not corrupted, apparently. And yeah, a lot of answers to questions I didn't really have were answered about Hydaelyn being a primal and Zodiark being a primal. We got a little bit of a recounting of events through the Ascian's eyes and why they're doing what they're doing, which is basically mass genocide on a planetary level so that Zodiark can be resurrected, because they think Zodiark will resurrect them? Question mark. Still, so more questions than previous before. I got some answers for questions I didn't ask, and now I have even more questions. But let's begin the stream as we normally do with a little bit of the Gamba. Doubly so because it's Make It Rain. We'll do a little mini cackpot, do an open tournament. Maybe one day I'll finally get first place. I feel like I did better with the Lalafell themed decks than I am with my Caligo themed decks here. We'll do some Pixies, possibly new gate opening for Pixies as well. And then we'll give it on to the MSQ. And if we get to level 76 in the MSQ, we're going to do some role quests. Plus swap. Let's go. Wow, that was fast. No strategy, just cards. Yeah, I didn't see how many people joined this tournament, but it's obviously more than one besides me. And we'll go Hydaelyn. Yeah, I know that's Hydaelyn. Nope. Playing open tournaments is slight spoilers. I realize I don't have my music on. I always forget to turn that on. Well, you guys all know the Triple Triad song. Anath. This guy, Black Cat. How does it go with this? What do they recommend? Oh, that's what they recommend. All right, let's go. See, do I have any other music I could play? I could play my intro song again. We'll just enjoy the ambient sound of the trip of the gold saucer chatter. All right. Fair trade and even trade there. We'll just put the weak card out first. Why not? The Gnat. Somebody said something about the Gnat before, and I don't know who that is. Can I take that card back? I'm gonna just put Heidelin. I'm just gonna go all out and put Heidelin here. Mother. With my own card. Pretty good movie. Blocked the weak point. Okay. 1 and 3. 3, this will work. Well, it'll work either way. Question is, what about this one? 4. 3, 1, no. So we're just gonna go that way. Haha, sucker. He probably was setting me up for that position. Okay, so we got an intimidating fellow there. Looks like kind of a Master Rose. And looks like a Final Fantasy Type 0 character. They're still playing. Hope they draw. Nah, I shouldn't say that. It's like, I want an easy victory. I want to play against green hands here. Whoever wins this is pretty much great. If anyone wins this, I'm going to face them. Because that's how the matching works. Jeez, these guys are taking a while. I mean, not that I necessarily fault them for it. When plus is involved, you always got to calculate your moves. I just hope somebody's not drawing out. Okay, draw. Suckers, I get to dodge them and face green hands. Is this my tournament? Will I get first place? Finally? Alright, green hands. Watch green hands beat me. She beat me last time. I'm about to sneeze. I can feel it. Oh, jeez. Come on. Just sneeze already. Don't you hate it when you're right on the edge of sneezing? Sweet. I gotta trade up there. Okay, we'll put Yotetsu. 1. Same 4, same 5. Can I beat it with anything? No. Except Heidelin. I'm tempted. I'm tempted. Yeah, let's just get Heidelin going. I have a decent card to match there. Jeez, didn't even get it. Hey Brett, good to see you. 3, 1, 4. 4. Well, I'm just gonna clog this. Even though I can't win it with anything, because I don't want the chance of a combo wombo screwing me up. Too bad this isn't same. I actually see same here. You know, I'm actually going to put this card here because I think the likelihood of there being a 6 difference between a 4 difference is actually less likely. So I'm just gonna put that there. Oh my god, the 6 difference! The 6 difference! The 6 difference! Oh my god! Backfired completely. And it's like, oh, you know, there was more likely to be a 4 difference than a 6, and there was a 6. Good God, I can't catch a break. Oh my lord. Oh, you know, that's live by the cards, die by the cards. Okay, I trade up. And I'll just put this straight up here. I gotta kind of remember what that thing is. I have a little inside information. Now, she doesn't have any more inside information because I put the card that I had right there. Please don't tell me you run out the clock. Ah, come on. I'm just going to go ahead and take it because they're going to go for that, and then maybe I can win her back. God, that's 6. I feel so stupid because I'm like, what's the chances of a 6? It's more likely to be a 4. Freaking Suzaku. Okay, 2. We got a 3, same. 2. 2 in the right direction. Let's go. Now question is, do we have a... Oh, we did have a 1. We did have a 1. Well, the obvious choice is this. Let's see, if I did that, it would have been a 2 difference. It wouldn't have mattered. What about here? Would be same now. Yeah, no point in putting it in the middle. If I could have put it in the middle if I had a setup for it, but I don't. So my hope is just this to this, and I win. I thought they would have blocked the top, but... Look at Green Hands. Green Hands beat this guy too, which means I get second place. Oh, wait. No, I don't. I get third because somebody didn't lose as badly as me, right? Yeah, freaking third. NPCs. I wonder if that other guy suffered the same fate as me. There's no way that they'll have a 6 separation. Alright, let's get the music back on. Alright. We're gonna do a little mini Cactpot, see how luck will treat me this stream. Okay. We'll do here. Done. Yeah, Brad, you get the card mount. What really stinks is that about, I think, either two, it would have to be two Moogle Treasure Troves ago, they released a card that is notoriously hard to get. It's like an Eden card. And you know how Moogle Treasure Troves work with Triple Triad. You can't get a card unless you have the means of obtaining it. So for trial players who didn't have Shadowbringers back then, we didn't have Eden unlocked, so we couldn't get it. I'm just like, I want that mount for my, for Joe, my self-insert. Sweet. That'll make up for it. 15K, let's go. That's gonna be, but I'm already dreading that aspect of it. All right, let's do, wanna get Samurai some levels here. Let's go ahead and let's get our daily pixies done. While I'm here, actually, let me just get these cards. They're taking up too much space. All right, let's turn in these cards at least. Check marks all around. Good to know. And I can see my inventory is about to burst. So let's actually go to the Grand Company and turn some things into. All right. Go to the Grand Company, turn in some items. Caligo is an immortal flame. Actually, two of the three of my characters are immortal flames. Okay. It's funny. I love katanas. They're my favorite weapon, but because of that, it's like it's hard to pick which katana I want for my samurai. All the best katanas are an Endwalker anyway. All right, let's expert delivery. Now I got to be careful because eventually I want to go back and for glamour, so I have to not get rid of certain things. I don't think there's anything in the Revel Keeper that I want. Maybe the book. So I'll hold on to the healing. Hold on. Keep the healing. Nah. That won't work too. Well, they have the same stats. It's not for defense. Let me see. +1, +2, +3. Actually, these accessories are actually better than Omega if I put something in them. So I'm actually going to hold on to the accessory. Okay. What about the rest of the stuff? I'm so close to getting rid of my Omega stuff. Want to hold on to that. And hold into that. The Dawn Trail artifact gear is probably one of my favorites. I just need to get the Dawn Trail. Dawn Trail has some good. I have to see the final phase. I really liked. Objectively, the warrior axe is objectively one of the best axes in the game. Now, not subjectively. It's not one of my favorites, but objectively, that axe. If you're looking at it pure, like try to do unbiased look at an axe, That axe is maybe the best in the game. But personally, I like the Dark Knight weapon. That's a cool sword, you know, the runes. Okay, Volbert, bending, healing. I think I want to hold on to those. I think I'm holding on to these on purpose. Okay, get rid of this stuff. Don't need that. Don't need Ruby Tide. Now you can see all my Realm Reborn weapons that I got from doing Palace of the Dead. This is I've desynthesized so many of them, but I'm like holding on to them and like eventually I'm gonna sub and I can sell them. But something tells me I'm gonna have to just get rid of them. Maybe I could desynthesize them and keep their that wouldn't work. I might as well just trade them into seals, to be honest. Okay, let me, which one of these rings do I want to replace? Let's see, skill speed. Let's get rid of the Omega ring, keep the Skaven ring, and put on, and then we'll meld this. See, critical hit or skill speed? Probably critical hit. I can't do it because none of my crafting is up. So that kind of means I think Omega gets priority again. Oh, that changes everything. Item comparison. So this is, you have to beat 16. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nope. I forgot about that. Oh, I could go to a materia mender. I could go to the Crystorium. Okay, well, we'll do that after Pixies. First Pixies. Let's do Pixies. Sorry for the slow start, folks, but you know how it is. Gotta take care of some things sometimes. Alright, I think we might get a new gate with this set. Of Marvelous Mallow. Moss Fungus, Menace, Porksy Perfection. I don't think I've done this quest, so I'll read this one out, but the other two we're just gonna plow through. Uni never tire of dreaming up new tasks for their favorite mortal. Oh, hello there, Catigal. Apropos of absolutely nothing. Have you ever been to Lake Gian? It is a most wonderful place, home to a magnificent castle and lovely balls of fluffy mallow that float up and down, to and fro, in gently rustling winds. Well, I was thinking about what I could do to make the children's dreams that much sweeter. And that's when it hit me, when all of the force of a giant fluff ball, I could fill them up with poofy fluffy mallow. Wouldn't that just be the most delightful dream ever? Of course it would. But to do that, I need tufts of mallow, and I simply couldn't bear to take the time out of my dream spinning duties to flutter all the way out to Lengia. After all, what would the children do without me? It's a good thing you came here to offer your aid. That is why you came here, isn't it? Okay. We've done these, I'm pretty sure, so we're just gonna plow through them. Oh, right. Porksy Perfection. Need to get my little Porksy. My little piggy. Speaking of Dawn Trail relics, there seems to be a kind of a trend with relics that I'm not liking, is that they're not offering the model without the effects. Now, they did it for the first phase, but the second phase, you can only have the effects, which I do not like. And they did that with the final phase of the Endwalker weapons. Because sometimes you like the weapon model, but you don't want the effect on it. Now, don't get me wrong, like there's some weapons that, especially when it comes to Endwalker trial weapons, that I really want effects for. I've been kind of getting really worried about the lack of releasing of trial weapons with effects on them. Like, you can't tell me you're looking at Flame Cloak gear and going, yeah, this is fine just the way it is. No, it needs that flame effect or something. Gale Bug is probably... Gale Bug, is that a Dark Knight weapon? Gale Bug. Is that the Stormblood? Dark Knight? Oh no, that's the Bordemonger. Ah, man. Friend, if you've been watching the stream, you know I'm terrible with names. I recognize the name, though. I'm going to have to go down. Huh. Yeah, I definitely have not done this quest before. Oh, it's the Dragon Spear. That's right. It's the Dragon Spear from Realm Reborn. That's right. Though I have to say, the again, objectively, is it the fifth phase? The fifth phase, I think, of the Realm Reborn Dragoon weapon is really good. I don't like the recolor of it, but that spiral effect, I think, goes pretty well with the Dragoon theme. Especially the dive attack that I think I'm going to get at level 80. So I have my subjective opinion about what are good weapons, and I try to have an objective opinion on what are good designs for weapons. The Porksy mount, how do I get it usually? The Porksy mount, if I had to guess... Oh, jeez, that was the wrong combo. If I had to guess how to get the Porksy mount, it would be doing the Pixie quests. Let me give a little bow to him. Is that everything? I guess so, yeah. Usually when you do a tribal quest and it has a mount involved in its quest, that's the mount you're going to get by doing the quests. Another objectively good Dragoon weapon is the spell effect, not Shinryu, the other Ryu, Seiryu? My names. This is, not Suzaku. Seiryu, yeah, Seiryu. Seiryu's weapon with the effect on it for a Dragoon is super good because it has like a blue coil on it, so it's like Azure Dragoon, plus you have the scales on it, which is very Dragoon coded. Yeah, I am too, Brett. It just depends. It depends on the model, and it just depends. For some I like with the effect, and some I don't. It also depends on what the effect is. I like subtle effects a lot more than really gaudy ones. So, like, the new ultimate weapons, I don't know if you guys seen them, but good God, I think they're horrible looking. But, you know, I'm okay with that. That's what I like ultimate weapons to be. They're supposed to be gaudy and gauche. They're supposed to make you stand out and not be like, oh, I really need that weapon because it's aesthetically so pleasing. Except that's how it is for me with Fru. The Fru weapons are so aesthetically pleasing that I feel like I'm gonna, eventually when I sub, I'm gonna have to get almost all of them. Alright, the mature mallow, the tiny and irresistibly fluffy, these plants are ideal for tickling noses and toes. Okay, that's a very odd specific use. I knew I could count on you. And just look at these fluffy little tufts. They might not strike you as much now, but once I've worked my magic, they'll sprout into airy balls of fantastic fluff, fleecer than the thickest sheep's wool. Yes, my dreamers will just love floating through the sky on massive clouds of mallow. Why, I'd even like to try it myself. Not that there's anything wrong about flying with good old-fashioned wings, of course. All the flitting and fluttering just gets a bit tiring from time to time. It's all... I think I've earned myself a rest. Okay, we'll just turn these in. The one exception I have is for the A Realm Reborn Relic Paladin. I got it to go with the glam I made when I was in Realm Reborn. It's an Immortal Flame theme since it was the Grand Company I joined when I first started. That's very cool. Yeah, the A Realm Reborn final glow effects are something special, because they're almost customized to the weapon rather than the theme. Like, rather than the sets theme, it's like individual based, which is really cool. I am, as you can see with Scholar, you know, I got this, and I'm actually in the process of getting another A Realm Reborn relic, so I'm going to take my sweet time with it. I'm not going to rush through it. I'm not going to get burned out. It's funny, because I don't even want the end weapon. I just want the recolor. I want the bloody axe for an idea I have for a Halloween glam that I'm working on. So I've got until Halloween to get it, which happens to be my birthday. Anyway, we didn't quite make Pixie. It's a little... Ah, I see. We need 90 more points. How much do those Pixie quests give me? Sorry, I gotta look at my chat here. Get a Fey Fancy. 60. Don't you hate it? It's like, I need 90 points, and that means that one of my quests is going to be wasted. Like, why do they calculate it like that? Guess Pixie, guess Sunday we'll do the Pixie quest. I'll have to spend one day not doing Pixie quests because I would want to do it on stream. Oh, I love the Boja relics. Not the final effect are horrible. Actively make the weapons worse, but the designs of the weapons are really cool. So I plan to do a bunch of those when I get to them. don't know too much about Boja itself, but I do know the weapons. Alright, let's switch back to Scholar. And teleport to... Oh no. Hey, Firm. How does a Halloween birthday normally go for me? Well, I used to do this thing. I called it adult trick-or-treating. Where basically it's a bar crawl, a costume bar crawl on Halloween night, where me and my friends go to bar, and, you know, like, kind of like kids with going to house, pick up candy. But we would go to bar, you get one drink, and then you go to the next bar. It's just it's a bar crawl. Kind of like adult trick-or-treating, you know? That's what I used to do. Recent years, life has been a little tough. So I haven't really been up to doing that. Just, recently I've been spending it kind of, with, my static mates. We do, like, little in-game costumes and stuff like that. I'd like to do, go back to, bar crawl, but, you know, it takes a lot of effort. You gotta plan it out. You gotta, I always like to go to a different neighborhood of, quote-unquote, neighborhood. But you like a different set of bars in around the area I live. Different nightlife spots. We did a few. And then I'm running out of safe ones to go to. Like, I live in a relatively safe area, but once you expand outwards, things start to get a little hectic. And yeah, I'm also a huge anime fan, so almost all my costumes would be like cosplays. I used to cosplay a lot, actually. And it's funny going to like bars with Halloween events and nobody knows who you are. Because nobody knows any anime, apparently. And especially because the characters I dressed are usually just well-dressed blondes. I like well-dressed blonde characters. It's like show up as Sanji from One Piece or Shizuo Heiwajima from Durarara. People like don't have any idea. They might know who Sanji is now, except live action Sanji isn't really manga appropriate. He doesn't have this. Does he have the swirly brow? I don't recognize seeing it. I feel like they took away his swirly brow. I don't watch Netflix's One Piece. I've read and watched One Piece. I know the story. I don't need to watch a live action version of it. Anyway, Nephilia says, Bankrid did tell me about promos. Oh yes, we've already done this, so I'll just accept the quest. Y'shtola wears a haunting expression. MX Celt's words have clearly found their mark. So there was, oh yeah, I was about to say, there's one thing about what MX Celt said. Now, again, my mind was racing when he was talking, so I might have just missed it. But like he said after Nabrialis's death, I think it was Nabrialis. After Nabrialis's death, they started working in pairs. That's why Lala Brea had that female Ascian with him during Heavensward. But where is MX Celt's partner? Now, I don't remember if he said like, oh, I don't care, even if we were working in pairs, I would like to work alone, or if it's kind of like my pair is off doing something else right now. But I'm wondering if there's a second Ascian we have to worry about here. And she's just being super... I said she. because La Brea's pair was a female, so I'm thinking maybe MX Selks is a female as well. I'm wondering if she or they are like super in the background waiting to strike. Well, maybe not. Maybe he might have just said he prefers working alone, and he's a big shot, so he doesn't have to work with somebody. But don't answer that question. It's just something that I was thinking about in between streams. Anyway, let's go. Though the recent events plainly warrant further discussion, I think it's best that we wait until Alphino and the others are present. MXL concluded. How convenient that he should choose this moment to keep to the shadows. Well, no matter. For the present, we should return to Fano and make certain of the Eumorian's withdrawal. After that, Slitherbow, the blessed are no doubt elated by what has become of the sky. What about the children? At this point, I should become the children's god. They were all like, the whole reason they're like, it's like, you stupid blessed. The reason the War of Darkness hasn't helped us out is because of your hippie ways. And I was just nodding like, yeah, these stupid hippies. I like you, children. Let me be your god. Well, I was like, wait, is that the new... That's a new song. Evening song. Oh well. I'm sure I'll hear it eventually. The sisters! The sky! It is beautiful. What has happened to the sky? I've never seen anything like it. You are returned and unharmed, I see. Indeed. I am pleased to report that the Lightwarden is no more, thanks in large part to you. That the death of a single Sin Eater should make such a difference. As our numbers waned, so did our hope that the ruins we devoted our lives to guarding would ever find purpose. Yet, here you are, the allies from whom we have waited these many centuries. And with your arrival came the chance to pass on our legacy, the ancient wisdom of the Empire. That alone would be reward enough. Never did we imagine it would serve to banish the light and pervade that pervaded these woods. Just finished 6.3 MSQ, 19 more quests till I'm officially done with Endwalker. Congratulations! Then you have to quote-unquote suffer through Dawntrail. Now, I think Dawntrail probably is unnecessarily hated. Just like Stormblood was. So, it's like the reverse, you know? Like, I'm worried, I'm enjoying Shadowbringers. Hasn't hit that high exactly that people have said it, that they've set the kind of bar for. Not that I'll be like upset that if it doesn't get there, I think people just like to exaggerate a little much. But that's the problem, people built up Shadowbringers so much, and I'm enjoying it, don't get me wrong. I'm having a grand old time. But I'm like, it's not, is this the peak that people are saying? Maybe I haven't gone there yet, we'll find out. I mean, it's better than Stormblood, I'll give it that. Maybe even better than Heaven's Ward. But, you know, I'm gonna reserve judgment until I complete at least 8.0. On behalf of the V's, our four debaters, and the late Emperor Ronka, you have our deepest thanks. Sorry, every time my character does that, I'm gonna have to put this in the YouTube chat. Huh? It won't let me put my... Where's my emojis? Do I not even have access to my own emojis anymore? 1 second. Oh. It's just YouTube bugging out on me. God, I had to manually put it in. There we go. Every time my character makes that face, I'm going to put that mask in there. I had to manually put that in. I'm lucky I know the code for it. It is we who should be thanking you. Our journey through the Quitano Ravel proved most enlightening. To be privy to such knowledge is an honor, one for which we never hoped. Please don't be so humble. We'll but do our duty as decreed by the late Emperor. Would that he were still with us to express his gratitude in person. But sister, does this not mean our duty is fulfilled? To our allies perhaps, but the ruins cannot be left unguarded. So long as we live here in these woods, the secrets of the Ranka must not fall into the wrong hands. Is Runar still here? No, we escorted him back to Slitherbro shortly after you set out. If you would return to the Knights Blessed, we will not keep you any longer. I suspect they would be glad of your company. Thank you, Almet. I look forward to the day when we might share a more leisurely visit to the ruins of Ranka. We will await your return then. Another blue. Another blue. Gonna say stuff about the night sky? Nope. Perhaps someday we will visit your home instead. Be it a year now or 10, we will look forward to your return. Should you have need of the wisdom of Ranka again, you know where to find us. Let's see. Actually, I'm gonna switch to samurai for this blue vest. Samurai's a little lagging behind. I need to level him up a bit. Hey, it's you two. You must be strong, sister. Hey, look who's back! And I get the Great Serpent of Ranka. Let's go! Fina would take another step to realizing her dream. Caligo, you couldn't have come at a better time. Serena and I have been given leave to explore beyond the borders of Ix Maya. As we know nothing of what lies past the borders of the Great Wood, I suggest we visit somewhere close to home, Slitherbow. For us to go alone would likely incite panic. In your company, however, they might be at ease. I apologize for this abrupt request, but we would be most grateful if you could introduce us to the people there. Then it is settled. We will await you at the Wild Fate near the entrance of Silverbone. Oh, guys, you guys are gonna love this dude. The Prophet. I like that guy. So far he's one of my favorite characters. I forget his name. The guy who's writing his own gospel. You can't deny the results. What I like about him is like he summons the great serpent of Ronka, and he's not disappointed by how small it is at all. He's like, yes, it's all perfect, exactly how I envisioned it. Ooh, I like this piano rendition of Lahi. So much more chill. They're being blasted in the ear by Lahi. Quinforts, that's right, Quinfort. Let me guess, he saw that they would come. So these are the worshippers of the dark. I like making him malevolent. Please, this close to Cedar, bro? Don't believe it. If you know these two, would you mind? We were expecting you, Caligo. Your coming was foretold in the Gospel of Quinfort. The great serpent speaks to me once more of azure flowers, sacred temples, and the secrets engraved on an ancient tablet. A calamity is upon us, friend, where our divine protector would see it averted once more. Balin just like, oh god. Balin, you still an unbeliever? He was hell-bent on coming here, and somehow dragged me along with him, though I wasn't exactly inclined to stay behind, seeing as how his visions have been right before. Damn right they were. Do you know anything of this talk of visions and calamities? The calamity, yes. It is only to be avoided with the guidance of the great serpent. Have you seen it? We do not know this great serpent. But if it's snakes you seek, you will find them along the banks of Miseral's Regret. Yes, it would make sense. It makes sense it would be near water. After all, it was at Lake Tussie, Nekta, that we first met. Oh, great serpent, your servant comes for you. Wait, it's not safe to go alone in the woods? I apologize for his unusual behavior. He means well. Perhaps, but such recklessness can prove fatal. Caligo, would you go and make sure they are safe? While you see to them, I will take this one to Fanon. You guys are going back already? I thought you were supposed to go forward, not take guests back. I still can't fly. Really hoping I would get the pixie done, another pixie quest done to level up my... Ooh, have these butterflies always been here? Or is it because the night has come? They're moths. Moths better than butterflies, by the way. I stand by that opinion fully. Moths are so much cuter. When I was living in Japan, man, I saw this moth. It was so huge. I felt bad for it because it was on the ground. So we picked it up and like tried to put it on a tree. But it was a cute little thing. Cute. little, but oddly huge for a moth. Oh, the Great Serpent's here and everything. Alright. Let's get out the old... Maybe Dusty? Hey, how else are they gonna spread the poison? Alright. I'd wish it had not come to that. They only meant to protect their home. Scree? Scree indeed. I am glad to see you unharmed, Great Serpent. Scree! He refused to leave without that thing. I presume that this is the Great Serpent he was looking for? I beseech you, give me a sign. What calamity would threaten the forest? We should return to Fanal and consult Master Lionel. She will know how to handle this. Ever heard or seen of hummingbird moths? Though we had hummingbirds visit our citrus trees, but one was those moths instead. Not too familiar with moths, to be honest. The moths I've seen, I think they're kind of cute. The fluffy ones, like, what are the really fluffy ones, like the poodle moth or something? The reason I don't like butterflies is their long appendage that they use to suck out things. It kind of creeps me out. Plus, I'm a night guy. It kind of helps me with that night stuff. I should just teleport, right? But it's cool that you see moths coming out in the forest now. And I also really, again, I want to re-emphasize, I would like that song. I like the piano rendition. Probably the Gemstone Trader. Look at the moths. I wonder if they turn into butterflies during the day. Yeah, butterflies are fine with the far. But moths are better closer. It's the great moth versus butterfly debate. Lanel. They bring with them 2 guests from Silverbro. Well, at least, let us see what they have to say. And they were saying, you guys can go out and bring other Vs back, but now you're just bringing random strangers here? And a serpent? This is the Great Serpent? Tweet! The butterfly battalion or the moth? What's a good thing? A moth. Let's get some. I don't know what. I got butterfly battalion pretty quick, but what's a gang for moths? Actually, that's actually a question I can ask. I like to ask AI that kind of question. What do you call a group of moths?
Here's an answer.
Did not tell me. Completely misunderstood the question. Told me about The Dark Side of the Moon by Pink Floyd. You stupid machine. A most fortuitous turn of events. This gift of you speak is not known to us, but it is rare. A child of Banal born with such a gift would be appointed Keeper of Whispers. It would be most unwise to ignore this vision. Keeper of Whispers, yes. I rather like that title. He also spoke of a monstrous snake in the lake to the west. Perhaps he meant the legend of Lozatu and its battle with the winged serpent. I'm riding on a winged serpent a lot of the time. There are a number of tablets in the Great Pyramid of Uxnir which would tell of such tales. The one we seek may be among them. However, only the Emperor or one of sufficient status may pass through those hallowed halls. I'm that sufficient status, am I not? As a bearer of the seal of Ronka, you have been granted leave to enter. If you would bring me the tablet, I can decipher its writings. Might I accompany him? Not inside, of course, but close enough to see the temples I have beheld in my visions. We can escort you, but you must not run off as you did before. It's like, I promise nothing. Back up here. Now let me try one more time. What do you call a group of moths?
Here's an answer.
Oh, actually it does tell me. Okay, a group of moths is called an eclipse. So an eclipse of moths. That's pretty cool. I like how groups of animals have some really cool names sometimes, like a parliament of owls, a murder of crows, an eclipse of moths, a pride of lions. I like to ask questions like that, figure out what things are called. An eclipse of a moth sounds like a prophecy. Let us take care of this dude. Okay, Valid says, I have my eyes on Quintfort, don't you worry. I do not expect anyone to save the beast to take such an interest in the Ronkan history. It gladdens me to see one so taken with our history. Have you ever seen such a thing? To think majesty could remain unmarred all these centuries. The Moth Mob, there you go, Fur. Thank you, Moth Mob. Butterfly Battalion versus Moth Mob. What side are you on? Are these both protected woods? Okay, they're both quite out of sea. All right, there's one. Though you cannot read its script, see that the imagery is of a Namazu. They got Namazu here? I bet you they all went extinct in the flood. Their little legs couldn't carry them fast enough to escape it. It's likely nothing to do with the Great Serpent. Poor Namazu. Yeah, like the dodo. It's funny because they also had the Great Fish. Remember the whole, if you've done the Namazu quest line, you know that they too suffer from dreams of prophecy. The Namazu were going to go extinct if they didn't hold that festival. Kind of like a butterfly effect. Yeah, multiple times. I would like to have read that like in that nature voice, like, the Namazu if they had not procured the fishing routes, would have gone extinct several years from now. Though you cannot read its script, you see an image of a snake engraved in the tablet. You tuck it away in your clothing for safety. Though you cannot read its script, the image of a coral is engraved in the tablet. This likely has nothing to do with the Great Serpent. Man, I'm really enjoying this night theme. I'm going to emphasize it. While you were away, your friend here inquired about the Ranka and the history of the V's. He was thorough in his questioning, perhaps overtly so. I didn't let him out of my sight, just as I promised. Sadly, there was nothing I could do to stay his barrage of questions. Please tell me you found it. The tablet! You found it! Come. Would know what secrets it hides. Now, I hear the Lahi, but it's much more... I don't know how to put it. Chill is an obvious term. It's much more chill. Some might say less abrasive than the... Yeah, lo-fi Lahi. I gotta get out of here before morning comes, and I'm bombarded with the Lahi again. What do you think the Great Serpent has to say? $5 says he says scree. Scree! I guess I lost because he didn't say scree, he said scree. You never know with this. You never know with the Great Serpent what he's going to say. How did you fare in the Great Pyramid? A heavy slab stone which you assume bears writings on Aruncan mythology. Yes, this is indeed the tablet we were looking for. A moment while I pored over its writings. Huh. I didn't think that pore over something was spelled P-O-R-E. Learn something new every day. I've only heard it. I've never read pore over the writings like that. Thank you for your patience. I've finished deciphering the tablet, and its contents were informative. By the Emperor's command, the Great goes out did crash with the Serpent. The battle raged for many days and many nights, and finally, the ancient guardian stood triumphant. The dreaded snake was sealed in an immense jewel, its true name never to be uttered again. The years spent in slumber quelled its rage, and its seething ire it once excluded became a benign aura. Man came to worship the jewel, and thus the great destroyer became the great protector of the woods. Ah, so he's a Vegeta arc. The bad guy turned good upon defeat. After the Great Sealing, the Emperor commanded his finest sentinels to the east to keep guard of the Great Pyramid of Uxnir. To the west, he sent his priests, who would watch over the slumbering serpent from the covered halls of the vault. Together, they would protect the Empire, and so did it thrive. Hey, Dom. Just logged on for the night. Made a fire glam with the heirloom jacket offending. Did you get that through the Moogles? Or did you go through the pain of actually having to glamour farm a high-level dungeon? Alas, in the strange twist of fate, the temple to the west would be submerged beneath the waters of Lake Tusi-Mekta. Its priests drowned. Lamenting their loss, the great protector thrashed and withered within the great jewel, stirring the power of the earth, causing the trees to grow even thicker and greener. And the guards of the pyramid would become the guardians of an ever-expanding forest. And the V's have remained here all this time? Incredible! But, Master Renel, were there really protectors other than us in the Great Wood? I cannot say for certain, but this is not the first time I've heard such claims in our ancient texts. Can you imagine it? 2 tribes protecting the whole of Raktika. Even assuming they exist, they would have no way of tracing their lineage. But I do not seek these priests who were mentioned. But I do not think these priests are who we are meant to find. For the one who shares their gift of reverence of Ranka now stands before us. We would be honored to work beside you in protecting Raktika and the ruins of Ranka. It would be an honor, but I fear I'm not worthy of such a position. I am experiencing peak that is Kree. I'm gonna get him at the end of this quest line. I'm gonna get a little serpent. It is not a question of worthiness. It matters only that you are willing. And when the time comes, I intend to leave and search out our V sisters who would join us. Perhaps this is the calamity which my visions foretold, the plight of your people, and the growing reality that Ronka's history may one day be lost to time. And the Great Serpent has chosen me to be your savior, a new keeper of whispers to protect and serve the Great Wood. Ah, he's gone. Speaking of which, where did the snake go? It was here but a moment ago. Return to slumber, no doubt. But should the Great Serpent have need of us again, I will be here waiting, listening. There he is. If his head weren't in the clouds, you might notice. I don't suppose you'd be willing to take it with you before he comes to his senses. So long as it remains here, I'm afraid he'll be convinced a calamity looms around every corner. Sweet! Go on, take it. Valid. I think the serpent gets to decide. The Great Serpent of Ranka decides if he goes with me, not you. Go on, take it. If all that stuff about the Great Serpent is true, we'll still have his visions to warn us of danger. I'm taking the serpent. It would seem the friends of Hanau can be closer to us than I dared hoped. I will consult our chieftains that we may formalize an alliance with Sitherbow. An alliance, yes! We will protect Raktika as they did in the days of the Empire. Villagers of the East and West working together as one. Great Serpent Aranka. Butterfly effect. I got this from the gemstone vendor. There's a theory which states that the fluttering of butterfly wings may rise to a raging storm 1,000 miles away. This crystal has nothing to do with that theory. Rather, it is said to be the work of a priest of Ronka, created during a bout of boredom. Take wing, ye souls. Ravana. Yeah, that's cool. Take wing, ye souls of war. Good old Ravana. Okay, what do we have here? Where's the Ronka serpent? The Leafman, that's right. I got Leafman from a gemstone vendor as well. This curious being was found amongst the wares and petals of a pixie playing merchant. While it does resemble a Leafman scattered across Ilmeg, it is able to move and raise its raises eyebrows, but inquiring after the reason only elicits impish laughter from a pixie. We're going to get along like a Leafman on fire. I just well, we're gonna get along. That's right. That was a good quote. Okay, how about here? Is the Ronka serpent here? No. Magic bucket. I've had magic. Must have gotten that from the event. Okay, where's the next? Oh, got that from the event as well. There he is. The Great Serpent of Ronka. This creature, Quinford insists, is none other than the all-seeing, all-powerful Great Serpent of Ronka. Though its wobbly girth may deceive the eye, that is, presumably a mere mark of the serpent's mercy, for its true form would be too terrible for mortal minds to comprehend. Kind of like a first contact situation, eh? Scree! Not sure what I was expecting for the patch text, but Scree is pretty cool. Yes, Ravana and Susanoo would get along. They both revel. One's the... That would be cool interaction. Some fanfic. Get working on that, fanfic people. A mighty duel, or followed by kinship. I was expecting a bigger unlock than that, but oh. Do we have a blue quest anywhere else? Usually minions aren't blue quests. Usually they're yellows. Maybe it's something more down the line. Who knows? Okay, let's how much closer? I'm still a bit far away. I need to get Samurai up to 76. It's my only physical class. Okay, how do I... Let's go over and down. No. Not this way. Over, up, and down. What Lightwardens have I defeated? Well, I've defeated, Eros, Quintania, and Bilia. No, I didn't make it out. I have been bombarded with the Lahi. What roles? Oh, what roles? I've done all the roles. I'm doing them as they align with the MSQ. I haven't killed any of them yet, but the next set is at 76, and I'm at 75 right now, and I'm worried that I'm going to get to 76, which means I'm going to do the role quests, but I don't. I have my paladins at 76, so I can do paladin, I can do healer, and I have summoner and red mage at 76, so I can do magic, but physical I only have 75, so I might have to power level samurai soon. Yeah, I'm at 3 quests in. I've done the 70 and the 72 and the 74. The next one's at 76, I believe, so. If I become samurai, can I look at the experience? Don't like doing that, but I need the experience in samurai.
Ah, you are returned, and none the worse for wear, I see.
You needn't worry about us. What became of the Umoran soldiers, more importantly?
They turned tail and fled at the sight of the night sky.
These Umorians are cowards. Anytime they see night, they go, run away! I think the loss of their general, like the super badass general guy, would be more reason to run away than the night sky.
The children of the everlasting dark have also retreated back to Woven Oath. Try as they might, they could not deny the truth of their own eyes. The sunless sea of heaven, full of love and grace, where none need know pain or suffering. In that moment, when the sky's light began to wane, I knew our prayers had been answered. That we were doomed to face oblivion at life's end no longer. When first we met, I harbored certain suspicions about you. Now I see that I was right.
Oh, I thought you... When I first heard certain suspicions about you, it's like, dude, you gotta, like, chill out with your jealousy for Y'shtola, which he obviously has a thing for.
You are the bringers of shadow, the warriors of darkness, the saviors for whom we have prayed for so long.
It's as stupid as this sound. I wish there were Asian-style paladin weapons and European-style samurai weapons. I'm not too sure about Asian-style paladin weapons, though I think I could find maybe a couple, but I'm not so sure. But there's definitely European-style samurai weapons. There's like kind of like sabers that you would see like army commanders have that you can get. So you just got to find them. I'm not going to look for them right now, but there's some like early level ones that look like European, at least Western, maybe English battle sabers that like generals would would hold. So you can find those. There's also like Middle Eastern ones as well, I think. No, I'm thinking of Red Mage for that. But there are some. You can find some European style samurai swords.
I suppose you're not entirely wrong. But we are not worthy of your reverence, nor have we any desire to be worshipped. If you would pray, pray for your children, that they may one day know a better world.
I don't know, you could worship me. I could be the counter to Vothri.
I will do as you say. But please, let us at least hold a feast to celebrate your victory. You deserve that much.
Yes, feast.
I'm sorry, Runar, but there is still much to be done and scant time in which to do it.
Boo. We don't get our One Piece feast.
We must go. All of us. For we share the same path and the same fate.
So be it. I ask only that you hold us in your hearts, as we will hold you in ours. Now, and ever after. By the boundless dark, this I swear.
We don't get this emote either. Bert. We got Emic Silk and we got Arbert. Two people following us around, showing up whenever they please. Okay, let's see what Runar has to say. Oh, how I wish you could stay, but I understand that duty calls, and you must answer. Each night when I gaze up at the sunless sea, I will think of you, of Master Matoya, and all you have done for the Knights Blessed. Safe travels, my friends, and may the shadows keep you. See, they should have given us the Crystarium salute, and they should have given us the Blessed prayer. Like, why not? We made these emotes, give them to us. Is that a plus I see over here? It's locked. It's a red plus. Concerned mother, why can't I do you yet? Disciple of the land. It's like, do I need to be higher than 70? I do not. The Stewards of Note. The woman before you looks into the distance with a visibly fretful expression. Oh, hello there. Wait, she's... oh, not too old though. Oh, hello there. You're the sweet young man that's been staying with Master Matoya, are you not? I've been meaning to thank you for looking after my boy all this time. His name is Valen. Do you remember him? Maybe I remember Valen. He's always running around with his friend Quinford. You know, the one who so much enjoys hearing the sound of his own voice. Why, just moments ago he rushed in here, then went dashing off, shouting about how he'd made a discovery of staggering import over in Fanao. Valen, blessed his heart, went running after him. I know these parts aren't as dangerous as they once were, and Quinford apparently has made some friends among the bees, but still, I can't help but worry. Would you be so kind as to follow them and make sure Valen does doesn't get into anything over his head, you can tell him his mother sent you. Nordic style swords would be dope. I'd be upset if there's not a lot of Nordic stuff in Evercold. Just like there needs to be priest Catholic style stuff in Heavensward, there needs to be Nordic stuff in Evercold. And there was South American stuff in God, getting the law here again. Should I be Disciple of Land? How much does Sneak protect me? 4 levels are higher. Okay, I think I'm good here. 4 levels, and you are oblivious to my presence. Nope. There's 75. Run. I don't think I'll get one-shotted. Thor hammer? For which class? Do you want it for, you know, it's Thor's hammer is a one-handed hammer. That's the irony of it. Would you want it for a paladin? A paladin gets their hammer. I mean, why not, right? I'm trying to think who else uses one-handed weapons. But one single-handed weapon. I guess a Gunbreaker could have it. But I see it as a paladin weapon. Especially with Requicast. You shoot that lightning down and hit them. Wentworth and Valen. How many times must I tell you, Valen? When the will of the woods summons me, I must heed its call. For the last time, Quentfort, would it kill you to actually explain yourself before you go dashing around the forest like a madman? What nonsense do you speak, Valen? The Keeper of Whispers would never be so insolent as to keep the gods waiting when they would share with me their wisdom. Why, the mere notion is preposterous, blasphemous even. Excuse me. Adieu, gentlemen. Caligo, what are you doing here? My mother sent you? Dear heavens, I'm sorry for dragging you into this. As you might suspect, Quinford's ranting and raving about the will of the wood again. When he ran off shouting about prophecies, I simply had to follow along to make sure he didn't get himself into any trouble. The V's said we were welcome at any time, of course, but would it kill the man to be a bit more circumspect? Oh, that reminds me. Whatever happened to that squirmy little fellow that Quinford, or whatever ungodly reason, believes to be the great serpent of Ronka? Does it still travel with you, or did it get squished somewhere along the way? What ignorance is this, Valen? The Divine Protector has returned to slumber in its nest in the heart of Raktika, from which it speaks to me in my dreams, even now. Squeak! Oh, great one! It is truly you. Return to grace your loyal servant with your presence in his time of need? Truly, the wood has answered my pleas. And if the Great Serpent has been with you all this time, Caligo, I can only imagine what sort of dreams he's been having. And yet, as skeptical as I am, the bees seem to put stock in his visions. If there's even a hint of truth to them, who knows what we're in for. I know, my good friend, for I have seen it 1,000,000 times in my visions. This venerable forest is on the verge of entering a new age of harmony, for the Great Serpent shall I let out a mighty cry. What do you say? For the Great Serpent shall let... Sorry, I have dyslexia, so when there's that many L's together, one of them becomes an I. The Great Serpent shall let out a mighty cry, and in so doing summon forth they who did serve the great Ronka in times of eld. Verily, the arrival of the heirs to wisdom ancient and true is nigh at hand. Now is the time. We must follow where the Great Serpent leads, and in doing so lay claim to the great future. Quintford, not again. I'm sorry to impose, Caligo, but would you mind helping me go after him? There's only one path forward through the forest, so he shouldn't be too hard to find. The serpent jumps instead of slithers, is that true? Now where did I... Oh, wait, that's mounts. Okay, hey, he does jump. He bounces. Alright. Sorry, guy, you're going away. One of my more appropriate notes. Minions, I should say. The sun. I mean the moon. Which will disappear after I leave it. Can't remember if it's later or earlier on, but has the story used third instead of third yet? I don't know. He must be around here somewhere. Oh yeah, man. I got Ozma. I have Ozma twice. Two of my characters. Look, in that flower bed, someone's there. Hey, Sai, you like Lahi? Is that a Kikirin? A rat who speaks? Who are you? Why do you trespass on our sacred forest? Answer me, or I will be dining on rat stew this night. Ye gods! Oh, do have mercy! I assured you, yes, most assuredly, that we come in peace. Put down your arms! If my visions speak true, and I have never known them to speak otherwise, this mousy fellow and his diminutive companion are none other than the descendants of the proud Runkin tribe of old. You are from Slitherbro, yes? One of the so-called Knights Blessed? Whisperer of Secrets. Tell them that you're the Whisperer of Secrets. There you are. I swear, Quintford, do you take pleasure in driving me mad? Forgive my friend here, he simply cannot control himself. I promise you, I'll give him a stern talking to when we get home. Now, Quintford. Friends of the Ally of Ronka, are you? You are quite bold, or quite foolish, to rush forward before the spear point of Aviz as you did. Yeah, I highly recommend that you, I don't know about Boja, but I really recommend that you get Eureka, if not just for the story. You know, I've made some videos about Eureka to help people through it. If you want to check out my videos on Eureka, I go through each one. They're more like reward guides, but I also give links to to another person's guides who really helped me along the way. But yeah, the story, there's revelations about things from as far back as the Realm Reborn, and you get to learn of new threats. Kind of a new look into how dangerous a primal could be and stuff. I don't want to spoil too much. So. And who or what is this one? I have not seen him nor any of his ilk before. And you say that he is a descendant of the proud tribe of Ranka? Most assuredly so, for I did foresee his coming in a vision granted to me by none other than the great serpent itself. It's a Kikirin. Stylish serpent. There's another one. And he's got a little bandana and a little cowboy hat on. Scream! And another one. Scream? Scream! Oh, they know each other. Look, Father. There are two of them. Kikirin here. Another serpent. I'm going to say another serpent. What's this? The great serpent travels with you as well? Curious. Very curious indeed. A most auspicious encounter this is. For a friend of the great serpent is a friend of ours, yes? Pray, my good sir, do enlighten us as the name to your most ancient and venerable tribe. Ahem. We are the Kitari. Okay, so not the Kikirin, but the Kitari. You call us an ancient and venerable tribe, and I cannot deny that we are very much that. The Kitari? That's a name I've heard from my elders. And yet I was told that the last Kitari vanished 100 years ago. Those of us born after the flood never paid the stories much heed, but you say that we truly stand before a Kitari in the flesh. However it may be, it is clear that the ally Aranka and his friends mean us no harm. Let us put down our arms. Yeah, the sheath emote. They didn't have sheath emote when Shadowbringers came out. Can you imagine how annoying it must be to see the Viera put away their spears like that, all cool, and the player not being able to do it? Father and I have come in search of a great artifact from our past. Great stones buried deep in a cave by his father's father's father. How many fathers were there again, Father? 3! Shakir, have you forgotten your manners? It would be untoward not to introduce ourselves to our new honored friends. They speak much better than the Kikirin do. I am Kitari Nal of the Kitari, and this is my foolish child, Chakur Quolt. Do forgive us our impropriety. Yes, do forgive us in our impropriety. For nigh a century our tribe has made its home in the shadow of the light, deep in the forests of the far side of Quitana Ravel, by the rushing waters of Rocktika Falls. We did not always hide in the darkness. This place we now stand was once our home. Then came that fateful day when the skies were flooded with light. Facing certain doom, our forebears fled the forest, but not before a band of the bravest gave their lives to store away our greatest treasures for safekeeping, with the hope that one day their children's children might unearth them anew. These are the artifacts of which my son spoke. The Kataris Stelae. The Katari Stelae, mighty stone monoliths engraved with the accumulative knowledge of our people in its entirety. Of course, it is precisely as I saw in the visions of the great serpent bestowed upon me, a proud and ancient tribe of scribes and scholars, the stewards of knowledge of ancient Ronka. Oh, you are most insightful, my friend. Indeed, you were once known as the Stewards of Note, a title that fittingly describes both our duty as keepers of written knowledge and the surpassing aptitude with which we pursue the task. Our ancestors served proudly as scribes and scriveners. All right, time to find out what that word means. It's vocab time. Okay, let's see. This is that.
Scrivener.
Scrivener, a professional copyist, a scribe. One who drafts legal instruments as a contracts and will. A professional writer. One whose occupation is to draw contracts or prepare writings. Okay, cool. I'll just add this to the vocab folder. Save as Scrivener. You got a degree in scrivenology? Oh, congratulations. I guess if you speak truther. Let's get yay. More vocab. Our ancestors served proudly as scribes and scriveners for many generations of Ronkan emperors. It is a role that came quite naturally to our people, for you see, we are not blessed with the longer lifespan of your kind. Thus, from our earlier days, we have been most meticulous about recording the happenings and learnings of our lives in precise and painstakingly detailed. The Kitari Stelae, or more specifically, the carvings and etchings that grace their surfaces, represent the summation of all knowledge and wisdom that we have acquired over the years. They represent, one might say, the collective memory of our people, passed down through the ages from generations to generations. We have long dreamed of returning here to search for the stones and reclaiming our legacy. And yet, Nasty, nasty sin-eaters, and worse, stood in our path, making the journey far too perilous to even attempt. Then one day the skies turned dark. I trembled in terror, but the next thing I knew, the great serpent was hopping and squirming beside me. He told me that the path through the rabble had been cleared, and we should go to home at last. Squee, squee. Precisely. And so it was that my boy and I received the blessing of our fellow Qitari, and became the first of our kind in generations to return to this part of the Great Wood. Unfortunately, we were immediately set upon by all sorts of nasty creatures, forcing us to retreat and ponder our course of action. Where we came upon you and threatened you at spear point. Pray forgive us, allies of Ronka. We knew not who you were, nor all you had suffered to arrive here. You intend to remain here in the Great Wood to search for these stelae of yours, was it? Were they not? We shall tell you all in of you, that you are the friends and not to be harmed. And with that, we must go on our way. Go in peace. Dear me. That was a close one, wasn't it? It was all but certain that Chakur and I were going to end up skewered. Were it up to me, I would have left the boy behind for his safety. But he is ever a curious one, and would hear nothing of it. I'm not a child anymore, Father. I'm old of 3 summers. I'm 3 years old. 3? Why, when I was 3, I could barely walk straight. Oh, I do not doubt that is so, good sir. But for our people, the oldest amongst whom would be lucky to see 20 summers. Chakur here is almost a Qitari grown. But enough about us. If I might change the subject. You know your way around the Great Wood, yes? I have reason to believe that our forefathers buried around stelae in the caverns that extend deep into the mountains near the Oxdalan Gap. Perhaps you might be willing to... Squee! Come, Father, we must follow him. But of course, it makes sense now. The great serpent who guided you here to us. And now, together we must heed its clarion call. Say no more, great stewards of Ronka. It would be an honor to assist you in your noble cause. That is most kind of you, good sir. In that case, pray, allow me to oblige. Let us follow where the Great One leads. They also fully acknowledge that this is a great serpent. I've escaped Lahi. Now just have chill piano. Aha, so this is where... I thought this might have something to do with tribes. The mere sight of the Divine Protector, humbling itself as to crawl on the ground, that its loyal servants may rediscover and reclaim their proud past. Why, it nigh brings a tear to my eye. Wonderful. His visions actually proved true. Now I'll never hear the end of it. Squee! The serpent wriggles and writhes about excitedly and appears most eager to see what lies beyond the sealed cavern entrance. And so we finally return to this place after 100 years. But what awaits us here? The mere prospect stirs my heart and makes me tremble in anticipation. Father, could this be the place? Let us see now. The mark on the cave's entrance appears to be of ancient Ronkard ward. This is promising, and yet problematic. Do allow me to explain. We Kintari worship Oxtalan, god of the dead and world below. Our forebears would no doubt believe that if they sealed away the stelae deep within the bowels of the land, Dalan himself would watch over them and keep them safe until the day their descendants returned. Most fascinating. Your knowledge of Ronka tradition is impressive indeed. However do you manage to know so much despite your chronicles of history being lost to you for so long? Many ruins can be found near Raktika Falls, within the woods we have called home since the flood. We have made an effort to explore and excavate them as best we could, that our Ronkan roots would not be entirely forgotten. A most admirable goal, and one near and dear to my own heart as well, for you see, I am one of the knights blessed, who traveled to these parts after the flood. I, too, have a deep personal interest in the beliefs and traditions of the ancient civilizations that once flourished here. In fact, I have done extensive research looking into my own ancestors, and was pleased to discover that I can trace my lineage back to none other than the great sage Dwatal himself. And Caligo here is a true ally of Ronka. Why, as the V's tell it, his coming was foretold by the last emperor himself. The descendants of Ronka and their allies reunited across the years. Oh, joyous day! This meeting must truly be a gift from the Great Serpent. I can vouch for Caligo here. He's the very man who drove the Lightwarden from these lands. As for the descendant of the great sage, what's his name? I suggest you let at least half of his rumblings go in one ear and out the other. Could it truly be? But yes, our hero stands before us. We watched your battle with in the ravel from the shadows. The moment you struck down that beast of light, we knew that a new age was nigh. Oh, never have I seen such gallantry and valor. I saw the battle too. Never have I seen such gallantry and galor. So just gonna put the mask again. Jeez. Why won't it show me my own emotes? There we go. Mask. At any rate, my good sirs, I am keen to begin the excavation, but I fear it won't be so simple. The warding seals here bars our entrance, and we will have to find a way to break it if we hope to proceed. If what I have gleaned from my research is correct, this will require an object of immense arcane power, a relic that will speak to the seal and convey that the Qitari have returned to claim what's ours, an object imbued with the mystical energies of the forest itself. Yes, an object with the glow of the Greatwood, as you always say, Father. I shall find it for you. Your enthusiasm is admirable, Chakur, but let us not get ahead of ourselves. This is a perilous place. I have no intention of seeing you get snatched up by some terrible beast. And so I turned to the hero of the Ravel and the son of Dwalt. My good sirs, might you know of someone who could aid us in our search? Trust me, you can trust me, I'm a botanist. You can trust me, I'm a botanist. I know the Great Wood like the back of my hand. Oh, lucky day. Clearly you are not merely a hero on the battlefield, but a man of many talents indeed. We would be ever so indebted to you if we could impose upon you just this once. Yes, we would most be indebted, my good madam, or was it sir? Father, I can never tell which is which. You know, with maybe young Elazin like Alphino and Alize, I would forgive that. Enough prattling, Chakur. We must find a way to open the portal at once, that we might summon our fellow stewards here and begin searching for the stele in earnest. O ally of Ranka, Pita Natal of the Kitari bows down and beseeches you. Will you lend us your aid and help my people reclaim our long-lost legacy? I promise you the debt will not go unpaid. I realize I ask much of you, and so soon after we met, needless to say, I pray take as much time as you require to consider our offer. Should you be inclined to offer your strength and wisdom to us, just say the word. After the battle, when the skies went dark, I could hardly believe my eyes. After all, I'd never seen the, what's the opposite of day again? Okay. Sweet! Is there anything you can't do? No wonder Master Matoya is so happy to have you around. The descendants of the proud Kitari emerged from the shadow to reclaim their legacy after a century. Mighty stone monoliths inscribed with the wisdom of ages. Why, I can feel the wondrous secrets of ancient Ranka stirring me to the depths of my soul. I am happy to greet you again, my good sir. What say you? Have you given any thought to my entreaty? Anale Ranka stands with you. Anale Ranka has more important things to do. Let me just select that, see what he says. I see. Well, that's a shame, isn't it? And here I thought we were getting on so well. But I forget myself. Of course, you are free to conduct your business as you see fit. Should you ever have a change of heart, my son and I will be waiting here patiently. Alright. I'll accept. Powerfully spoken, Caligo. Truly, this shall mark a new dawn in the annals of Rankan history. As the great sage as my witness, I say, let the Kitari rise to glory anew. We are truly in your debt, Alea Ranka. I shall entrust the vital task of finding an object with the glow of the great wood to you. As to where to begin your search, leave that to me, long-snouted friend. Did you mayhap notice that the serpent your dear Chakur brought along has a rather distinctive pattern of scales on its most exquisite body? I have reason to believe that this pattern will indeed lead us to that which we seek. 3. Hark unto the serpent's cry, and know that the points of light that glow amidst the stripes represent. Oh wait, it's speaking of Quintford. Hark unto the serpent's cry, and know that the points of light glow amidst the stripes represent those precise spots where the aether that flows through the great wood is most densely concentrated. Behold, Here, in the northwest reaches of the blind forest of Ixmaya, conveniently marked by this slimy little scar, we can see what is doubtless a convergence of sorts. If anywhere it is there, you will find a specimen of sufficient power to breach the seal. Oh, the son of Dwalt says it so, then surely it would behoove us to pay heed. When you return with the relic, pray let Chikuro see it at once. I would have my boy gain first-hand knowledge of the wisdom of his forefathers. Have you any luck in finding the relic we seek, good sir? I do not mean to hurry you, but I would very much like to get on with the excavation before I die of old age. Considering how short-lived you guys are, I don't blame you. Father says with you on our side, we surely open the door and begin the vacation any time now. Scree! Scree! The serpent wriggles and writhes about excitedly. He appears eager to see what lies beyond the sealed. I don't put much stock into Quinford's ramblings, but ever a madman can stumble upon a fragment of truth from time to time. As for whether or whatever you will find will serve our purposes, I guess we'll have to see, won't we? The great serpent has spoken. Yes, it is clear to me that the clarion call from the heavens. Ancient etheric energy will be summoned forth. The door shall open, revealing a pathway to great secrets of the past. Okay. Let's see. Have a red marker here, but I don't even see it. Okay, whatever. Why is it? Oh, that's MSQ. Okay. Okay. Where's my sneak? Where's my sneak? Not that it will help me. Now, I think if this really is this would be a gathering tribal quest, I'm guessing. Kind of like the Namazu kind of were. I think I'm going to save that for a different character. To do those quests, but I'll unlock it. Because I gotta get my other characters up to 80 as well once I get my first playthrough done. Caligo. Do I have to harvest to actually get this thing? Yeah, ancient amber. Fair enough. Might as well get some red crystals while I'm here. I'll unlock it, but I think I'll save it for my second playthrough to do this one. Like, the story-wise, anyway. Not that I plan to go through the whole story with my second one. I think for my second character, which will be my hero, I'm gonna kind of speed run it. I'm gonna kind of skip cutscenes and everything, and unless I don't feel like it, I'm gonna kind of power through for him to get to level 80. But I'll do these on stream with him. You have returned. And what's this? Do I see something glowing in on your person? Ancient amber. This resin harvested from a primeval tree glows faintly with an otherworldly light. Why, it's beautiful. Oh, thank you, sir, madam. Or was it madam, sir? Now, Father says I need simply point it at the door and... Oh, it worked. Quintford is never wrong. My word, it opens! Oh, splendid. Splendiferous. Splendiferous indeed. Or splendiferous indeed. Look, Father, the seal is broken. It has, Jakur, it has. And with this, after 100 years, we stand on the verge of reclaiming our legacy. But our task has only begun. There will be digging, yes, much digging, and delving. We must relay the triumphant tidings to our tribesmen and summon them here to assist in the excavation. Yes, from this day, the Stewarts will not rest until a new page in the annals of Qitari history has been writ. Do not worry, Father. I will work as hard as any Stewart to reclaim our less Aggie. Oh, Sir Madam Caligo, will you help us in our quest, yes? Oh, they did show up. Sealed tight for a century, the door of the ancient cave now lies open, and the Qitari excavation effort can begin in earnest. Now, this is that song that was in the last Google Treasure Trove. Good Caligo. You must meet my mother. Mother will be running the camp and seeing that everything is in order. Isn't that right, Mother? Yes? My son speaks true. Reclaiming our history is about more than a grand discovery of ancient artifacts. There's much that must be done to ensure that we can go about our daily lives in this place. So I would call upon your aid from time to time, if you would be so disinclined to help us. Mask. Will the Stewart's excavation efforts succeed, or will the lost delay of the Qitari return to the light? Will the young Chakur might one day know the wisdom of his ancestors, or the ancient secrets destined to stay forever shrouded in darkness? Only the gods know. What is this, a Hildebrand quest? The Stewarts. And I'm gonna leave that for my second plate. Gonna do pixies first. Stuart second, and whatever the third one is. Or third. Alright. Trying to get Samurai back. But while we're here, I'm gonna take a quick stretch and snack break. Because I'm losing all sensation below my waist, so I need to stand up and stretch. Let's do study. Yes, I do, Fur, because I like to raid on all of my alts, so I have to have everybody up. Everybody's cooking at least to max level for each expansion that I've done. Everybody's got to have food for raiding. So let's come back at we'll make it 25 past. Let me just update the message as it were. And we can enjoy this new music, which, if you like, remember, you can get from the Moogle Treasure Trove should you have any leftover tomes from that event. But I shall return anon. Everybody get some stretches, get a little snacks if you need them. We'll be back at 25 past. See you then. All right. Let us continue on our merry way. Still at level 75. I'm worried that's gonna come to an end soon. Oh, how I wish you could stay, but I understand that duty calls you where you must answer. Ah, yes, I think I already heard you say that. 76. Rat, I'm so close. 76. What would be a real quick trial, right? Gotta get. If only I didn't if I just didn't level up my Summoner and Scholar, I would have had enough experience definitely to get Samurai up to level 76. Yeah, I'm just 300k away. 326k. That's what I feel I have to say. In the meantime, let's just Considering the blessed have only just recovered from their encounter with the Umorians, Sacred and the others thought we should stay a while longer and make sure they're alright. They're such a kind and caring people, I pray that they never have to face such hardship. All my life I have prayed for the knight's return, but I never thought I would live to see it. I'll just play it, why not? It is well known that Triple Triad originated from a mysterious homeland of the Crystal Exarch. But now they're saying the Warrior of Darkness hails from the selfsame place. In hopes of playing with him one day, I have been practicing whenever I have the spare time. Perhaps would care to indulge me in a match? Match rules reverse. It's like my reverse deck. Oh, that was easy. Ah, it appears I lost. Strange though, it doesn't feel so frustrating to be bested by you. Why does he still have a star over his head? Oh, he has 2 cards, okay. Sorry for the little delay, folks, but I gotta get Samurai up to 76 so we can do the role quests. Or we could do that next time, but I've got such a long time. Bat Squash. Think he plays with reverse rules because he's from the first? That may be. Just first, if you ever start out playing Triple Triad, sometimes regional rules will change and you'll want to face people with reverse. That's a good way to start building your deck because it's super easy to get bad cards, and a lot of the time like really strong opponents will have really good cards, which then you could easily beat them because they have strong cards. So we're just going through the motions now, aren't we? Perfect for Tonberry. I probably should have saved that. Yeah, I would have won. Jeez. This is not my triple tarot character. I only want specific cards for Caligo's deck. Which I'll have to figure out what they are later. What should I do in the meantime while I'm waiting for this trial to pop? Let's teleport to the Crystarium and get my rings, get my accessories melded. Okay, where is the materia melder? Whoa, 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 what do we have here? How do you like 3 nuts? Might as well do a little quest. The rookery, right? Three nuts? Haldior. How do you like 3 nuts? Haldior, it seems positively giddy to see you again. Hey there, killer. Getting bored of those 2 nut marks, I'll wager? They've been enough to get the blood pumping and the heart racing before, but it's only a matter of time before the excitement fades. Now I know exactly how you feel, my friend. I myself can think of nothing more exciting than being driven to my mortal limits. To be forced to bring fang and claw to bear when weapons shatter and you are scrambling to survive with whatever is at hand. Who are we to deny you that singular sport, aye? That's why I've recommended you for 3 nut marks. Be proud. Soon you'll be dancing with death herself. Go and speak to Zyle. I'm sure she'll be absolutely thrilled to grant you this wonderful privilege. So you wish to hunt 3 nut marks, do you? I thought as much when I saw you approach. Also, Haldor has been clamoring day and night for you to be granted permission, so there was that too. Whatever the subject of you and your exploits comes up, he's filled with a fiery passion. It's as though he lives vicariously through your tales. At any event, if you desire great challenges, then you may have them. Do be mindful of the increased risk in pursuing these marks. You are no use to us, dead or horribly maimed. Actually, if I'm going to do that... Damn it. I could use that experience on my... Let's just... Experience on Red Mage here. Well, I know what I can do while I wait for this. Why don't I just do my other freaking role quest? Duh. We're gonna do role quests, we might as well do role quests. Granson, let's go. The Princess and Her Knight. Granson has had his fill of Mortsuk. Hey there, Sinner. Oh my god, can I... Okay, I know what I do. I exit the cutscene, and then I unaccept the quest, and then I do it again. That's what I do. Yep, that's how you get a roulette to pop. Naval hard. Sweet, at least it's not naval 1. Do they have anything important to say? No, they don't. Alright. Oh, I should... That's just... Let's do this. Don't have to worry about my gauge, just do my 1, 2, 3s. Probably could have stayed at this. Break this person out, and then let it break. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Oh, and this is when Trials actually had their weapons. I don't need them. I should go player comm. You're the last one. I get it. If we get different ability animation variants, we should be able to get the Gambu Titan as a variant. I don't know. Get Gabu Titan? Oh, Gabu. Yeah. Isn't... That Titan looks exactly the same though, doesn't he? He just says like, wake up! Instead of like other things. Does he look any different? I think he looks exactly the same as normal Titan. Okay, anyway, let's abandon this quest. And let's... Oh, I still haven't done my Make It Rain. I better do that before the event ends. Anyway, Paladin. Here we go. Hey there, sinner. I broke the bad news to the widow of the scavenger while you were away. She took it about as well as you'd expect. After she cried herself hoarse, I started asking her about the choker and where her husband had got it. Seems he and his mates took a trip to Ilmeg a year or so back, hoping to cart off all the Volbertite treasures they could carry from an untouched ruin they learned about. Of course, if in their greed they neglected to account for the Fey folk, who killed or drove mad most of them. Those who survived didn't come away empty-handed though. In fact, they stumbled upon a remarkable find: 3 sacred treasures of the royal family. They escaped with 2, the fangs of Orthus being one of them, which was sold by another scavenger to a Eumorian. Either that merchant you met at the beehive or an agent of his, I'd wager. So the merchant gives it over to Melinda for restoration, after which Dikaisne attacks right, presumably because he's after it as well. Meanwhile, the scavenger here in Mortsuk kept the choker, kept the eyes of Orthus locked away for safekeeping, and when he was finally decides to sell it, the sinless bastard shows up again. Which brings us to the here and now. Damned if I know why, but at this point there's no denying that Dikaisne's been hunting the royal relics. And so, assuming he hasn't already claimed the third one, the claws of Orthus, then I say we should get our hands on it first, and then use it to lure him out of hiding. But to that end, we need to venture into the fairy kingdom ourselves. Those scavengers didn't receive the warmest welcome, and were not like to be treated any better. I've traveled to Ilmeg before. I was away with the Fae for a time. I'll say that. Yeah, I haven't done this week's fashion report. I'm not really wanting for MGP, to be honest. I was like, oh, I should do all this. I'm like, wait a minute, I have over 2 million MGP on every character. Why I don't... And there's nothing... I mean, there's supposed to be a major update to the Gold Saucer at some point before Evercold. My guess is going to be in July. Or whenever the next major patch is. It's going to be after July. They're going to reveal what it is at the FanFest. Because, like, you look at the theme of that FanFest, there's, like, going to be a giant statue, like a golden statue of Godbert, like there is at the Gold Saucer. So they're definitely going to do the reveal there, I think. But we'll see. Watch it going to be like, oh, 4 million mounts. Or even higher, 8 million mounts. Limited time only. No. Why does that not surprise me? Well, if you and the Fae have an understanding, perhaps we can traverse the land without worry. And that settles it then. We'll head to Ilmeg and ask after this Bobertite ring. Glad I got Samurai up. What am I gonna do for the other? Barely etching along here, the levels. Well, I haven't been doing roulettes because I've been wanting to use the like the pixies as a event, as experience, and the fates, the fate grinds as experience. So maybe I'll have to start doing roulettes again. Grandson. What an remarkably uneventful trip. I kept jumping at shadows, waiting for eaters or foul demons or worse to attack. Thought that might be preferable to the Fae, frankly. Still, we're going to have to deal with them eventually, if we're going to find this ring. After all, the New Moon were part of Volbertite's society, and without their help, I'm not sure where to even begin our search. Perhaps there's a village of some sort you can guide us to. Not that I recall. Where should I look, guy? I'm sorry. Well, there's Plot-ini, eh? Very well, lead on, sinner. Lucky for me, there is a aetheryte there. Even Wolkdorf has a... Wolkdorf has a aetheryte. Look at all you guys. The Drain can... Something about your demeanor bespeaks a question unasked. Have I the right about it? A ring that belonged to the royal family of Voibert. And it was called the Claws of Orthus. But Voibert is long gone, as are the caretakers of the ring you seek. Who can say where it might have got to? Is Granson here? There he is. Oh, I'm working up the nerve to question our dog-faced friends. Odd little things, aren't they? Can't rightly gauge their ages either. I think they're like semi-immortal. Excuse me. Something in my throat. There we are. Oh, hello there. Have you questions for me? The Claws of Orthus. It's a ring, you say? The name I've heard before, but I know nothing save that. Oh, Sulu served the royal family before the flood. Somewhat temperamental they are, but surely they would have knowledge of this treasure you seek. We're gonna talk to the Amaro. Man. Excuse me, I'm gonna hit the cough button here while I try to clear my throat. Okay, hopefully that helped. Had yourself a conversation or three. Learn anything interesting? So this Su'ul is the one we ought to speak with, eh? A former servant of the royal family, which would mean they lived well over a century. Bugger me. I guess it's not our Amaro. It's one of them. We found our new moon. Of late, you've proven yourself to be skilled conversationalist. So why don't you explain the situation? I do not know you, yet you seem to know me. Echo time. The fifth was discovered yesterday. A young girl not yet of age, transformed into a misshapen beast like the others before her. As if we needed more proof of a pattern. At this rate, any citizen could be next. Tell me you at least learned something from this one. I studied her remains myself. 'Twas plain a powerful magic had been employed. Vestiges of the enchantment lingered long after. The culprit, I think, is not a man to be trifled with. That is all I can say for now, but you may rest assured that I will ascertain the identity ere long. On my honor as a court mage, I swear it. Until I do, however, I implore you and your fellow knights to dispatch any who any who turn or show signs without hesitation. But these are our kith and kin. Should we not try to keep them alive until a way to reverse their transformation can be found? Your mercy would place countless others at risk. As a knight of Wardbert, did you not vow to serve all her people? Justice for the weakness among us, was it not? How many such innocents will die before you do what must needs be done? It pains me deeply, Brannon, but the safety of the royal family is paramount. I fear that to take anything less than the most drastic measures would be to invite death into this castle. Death is already here. Surely you must see that. I will not let it be whispered that Princess Saldia turned a blind eye to her people's suffering. Oh, so the Al-Ra ruled this kingdom, eh? These crimes are a tragedy that weighs upon every Volbertite's soul, mine most of all. And that is why I will take charge of the investigation myself. My lady, be reasonable. You cannot put yourself in harm's way. You have a responsibility to your subjects. So I am to gamble with their lives instead? Let them shield me while I alone take shelter and look down on them from on high? Yes, exactly. You are their princess. You are Brandon. Yes, the new recruit? A rather promising one from what the captain has told me. You will attend me personally. My lady? You heard me. I will not stand idly by when I have the power to make a difference. Together we shall see justice done for all. As your vow and your princess demand. Lady Saldia, I understand. Forgive me my hesitation. My life and my sword are yours to command. I have great expectations for you. I trust you will not disappoint me. Right. There is no telling when our culprit will strike again. So we must begin our investigation at once. There are witnesses to be questioned, clues to be gathered. Come, come. Now? Lady Saldia! Lady Saldia! Ever the stubborn child. I wish you the best of luck, Brandon. You'll need it and more. Hey, hey! Are you alright? You knew him. The way you were holding your head, as if racked by a terrible pain. What happened to you just now? Lady Saldia, you saw her with your mind's eye? Then it is as I suspected. You have a gift too. You are like Brandon. What do you mean he's like Brandon? Why have you come to me? What is it that you seek? I see. And this hunt of yours, you have come to Ilmeg in search of the claws of Orthus. I'm afraid this is no simple matter. First, I would know that you are capable of facing the eater you seek. Dude, I already beat him. I beat him on my world, now I've come to his to show him what's what. Or maybe he's gotten stronger as an eater. Guess so. There's a spot in a river not far from here in which I used to bathe. A little too much information there, sir. Until a number of beasts grew equally fond of it. If you were the warrior you claim to be, they should pose no challenge whatsoever. As for you, I have questions. I thought it was like, well, I will help you, but you know, you must do, I will patron you, but you must do me a favor first. Payment. That feels good to fly. Vortenberg. There's that quest line. Or chain fate, I should say. Alright. Let's get Pina up. You guys look like Void Scent. Dark Mutant. You guys don't look like eaters at all. I don't think there would be any chance of Void Scent on the first. I think that would be funny. We brought back the night and everybody's happy, and then the Void Scent start coming in like, yeah. Thanks for letting the night back in. And the Void Scent, honestly, the Void Scent seem a lot more dangerous than Sin Eaters. I'm a little disappointed that Sin Eaters seem to be kind of mindless, while Void Scent are highly intelligent. Not all of them, of course, but a lot of them are extremely intelligent. It's like, I would like Sin Eaters to be more of a parallel rather than polar opposite. It's like, oh, the Void Scent maintain intelligence, so that means Sin Eaters do not. Like, if you've ever done an All Saints Wake, you know that the Void Scent can be very smart. Very sentient, while Sin Eaters don't seem to be. Which I guess, I don't know, they're opposites of each other. So I guess that kind of makes sense. Also seems to be much easier to turn people into Sin Eaters rather than Void Scent. I think Narrow was on the cusp of becoming a Void Scent, but it, you know, the covenant was broken with the Cloud Darkness, seemed to have broke his dark aether that was injected inside of him. Granson, what do you have to say? See to the beasts, Caligos. Su'ula and I have a few things to discuss. The beasts are no more, then? Good, good. I hadn't the heart to do it myself. For they were no ordinary beasts, but old friends who had survived the flood. Victims of the curse you heard us speak of in your vision. So this curse transforms people into monsters? Like how the Sin Eaters can spawn more of their own kind? I will speak no more of this or other matters until after you've completed the task I set before you. This is not negotiable, Granson. Caligo accepted my terms, and so must you. So secretive, the both of you. Can't we all just speak plain? Your comrade refuses to acknowledge his situation. This may take time, but I am patient. Indeed, I have dealt with many a stubborn child in my life. Okay, next one is at 78. Could have predicted that. And now we get Samurai. And Samurai is back at Cristaria. I'm still hoping for... I don't think we'll see it this expansion, or the next expansion I should say, but I want a Sin Eater job. The Void Scent has Reaper, and they also kind of have Black Mage a little bit. I guess by that standard, Paladin or White Mage is kind of tied to the light. But I want, like, a fully dedicated Flood job. A Flood Knight. An actual Paladin. Because, as you may or may not know, Paladin is a Western localization. The Japanese version for Paladin, the job is Knighto, which means knight, of course. It's a knight. Not, that's why they're more of a, not really a holy knight, they're just a knight. What's their signature weapon? You know, I hadn't thought of too much about that. I was thinking I have to face more Sin Eaters, I guess. But even like, as we said, like a hammer before, like a, you could bring back a cudgel or club. Clubs. I don't, just beat people with it. I don't know. I would like, I like swords, but man, do we have a lot of sword classes. Like Paladin, sword, right? Sword and shield. Dark Knight, sword but very large. Gunbreaker, sword but also gun. Ninja, sword but small. Samurai, sword but curved. Reaper, sword but two. I mean, not Reaper, Viper, sword but two. We have so many sword classes already. It's like, I don't know if we could do with another sword. That's why I think the next physical range is going to be dual pistols. I think that's what the hint was with the two, with the shirt clue. It's going to be a dual pistol class. He had two guns on each hand, on two gun shields. I think that means like two guns. Okay, Lurik. Lurik appears to have been struck by an epiphany. Caligo, my friend, thank the gods you are here. Ever since we parted ways, I've been exhausting myself running all over the Crystarium, questioning anyone and everyone, hoping someone might have seen Andrea, but alas, only the Crystarium? So you haven't gone outside even for a bit. I'll just say that. We need more guns. I was kind of hoping for Cannoneer when I heard about it in Occult Crescent, like gun, but really big gun. That would have been like a huge cannon. That would have been kind of cool. But hey, dual pistols, I'll take dual pistols. Reverse Red Mage. Except it's physical range, so it's actually more range than even Red Mage would be. Anyway, well, of course, surely in this is the limit of what a man of meager financial resources can accomplish. But never mind all that, for it but recently dawned on me that the vision you beheld of Renda Ray's past could hold clues for which we have been desperately searching. When you first described it to me, I felt as though I had heard it before. And I had. My wet nurse told me the exact same story when I was still a boy. 'Twas a tale of a courageous hunter who, together with her comrades, embarked on a quest to slay a notorious mark, a great horned beast. They came upon their quarry in a desert, and there attempted to lay it low. Alas, the beast had a singular strength, and the hunters a fatal weakness, and in so the ensuing struggle, her comrades were killed, leaving her, the sole survivor, to swear vengeance. Would you not agree that your vision is a perfect match for this tale? Yep. Then there can be no doubt. Renda Ray is the celebrated hunter, the hero I so admired in my childhood. After that day, the hunter resolved not to rely upon others and instead slew the beast by herself. She somehow found a way to compensate for her weakness. Anyway, my recollection of the tale is likely riddled with errors. We should ask Miss Alvera to recount it in full. She was a bounty hunter herself before she entered into our service, you know. Also, in light of this, I should share with you an interesting theory concerning all of the virtues I heard from a fellow hunter. Apparently, each appears to be driven by peculiar memories, moments that forever changed each of these fallen heroes. Makes sense, doesn't it? Renda Ray being a hunter of notorious marks in life and in death. I do not know why it never occurred to me before. But if that is indeed the reason for why she behaves as she does, then the more we learn about Renda Ray's adventures, the better our chances of predicting where she'll turn up. All the more reason to go and see my former wet nurse. Miss Alvera lives in Gate Town in Pelusia. Let us be off then. Wow. So she was a bound person, and now you kicked her out into Gate Town, or did she leave on her own terms? But why would you live in Gate Town unless you wanted to be back in Yulmore? Okay. The Occult Crescent, haven't really enjoyed that area though. At least the rush of the first zone when it first came out. I wouldn't know, of course, for I'm back here in Shadowbringers. I've not done Occult Crescent, but one thing that really irked me, and I talked about it a little bit when it first came out, as the rewards of the Occult Crescent, and how they take rewards from both Boja and Eureka and put them, just cram them into Occult Crescent. I really did not like that. It devalues Eureka and it devalues Boja, which for new players, we need as many people going into those zones as possible, if not just to get the rewards. But also a little bit devalues the Occult Crescent, because now its rewards are just random assortment of previous field explorations, which kind of does it a disservice. It muddies the prize pool, while at the same time devaluing every other zone that they've released. The whole point about Final Fantasy XIV that I really enjoy, I should say one of the biggest points I enjoy about Final Fantasy XIV is that it has evergreen content, which means you can do Eureka at any time and do Boja at any time. Granted, it won't be as populated, but you know, it's there for you to do no matter when you join the game. And to kind of discourage players from doing that, say like, oh, you don't need to do Eureka and Boja if you want these rewards, you can just do Occult Crescent, kind of irked me, put me in the wrong way. And it takes away again from Occult Crescent's identity, because it's like, why are these random Eureka and Boja rewards here? It doesn't make sense. Maybe there's a lore reason, I don't know, like, oh, the Occult Crescent, it's taking from places of other, I don't know, I haven't done it. I don't know the lore behind the Occult Crescent, but from an outside perspective, the fact that you can get Eureka rewards and Boja rewards, things that you had to work really hard on getting, like some of their mounts and some of the glamours, it's just like, yeah. And then it just makes this huge prize pool in Occult Crescent. And if you have all those rewards because you actually did do Eureka and you did do Boja, then you're just getting a bunch of rewards you don't need, just so that you can try to get the one prize you do want. So I wasn't too keen on that. When they say, oh, we're going to get more rewards, that's not what I wanted. Yeah, as I said, it devalues everything. It's not even like Occult Crescent benefits from it. The only people who really benefit from that kind of prize happening, but look at the size of that hobgoblin. Little murderer. And he's an A rank. Somewhat of a tangent, but I always lose interest in Eureka and Boja after getting done with the first zones. Is there a reason for that gameplay wise? Well, Eureka, I kind of understand. Again, I haven't done Boja, so I wouldn't know. But for Eureka, you know, after Animos comes, what is the second zone called? Pagos. And Pagos is notorious for being a wall. It's the difficulty spikes. Animos is like, no, it's just, they hand out the rewards like candy. It's like, oh yeah, and it's much bigger, and it's very easy to traverse in comparison. Pagos, the enemies become much more aggressive. There's dragons, which are basically death traps. Again, I go over this in my Pagos video that I've done, if you want to check that out to learn a little bit more. it's much harder to traverse because it has like basically 3 layers and you have to descend from cliffs to get to some like hidden parts. And the amount of crystals that you get slows down tremendously, so it's much more of a slog. While there are less rewards you can get, like there's no armor and there's just weapon rewards. If you were just aiming for weapons, it still takes longer to do. Yeah, learning to RP walk, yeah, that's a thing. So, I understand why you probably would lose interest just by doing Pago. It is a wall. But once you get over that wall, you get to Pyros, and Pyros has like new mechanics in it that kind of keep it fresh. Like, if you're a magic player, you can become as sturdy as a tank, so you can solo things much easier. Tanks can do more damage or become even more tankier. You get like special abilities and stuff, which kind of freshens things up. Personally, Pagos to me has its charm. I kind of like the traversal of Pagos, but that's just me. So I would recommend you kind of stick with it if you want to continue onward. Plus, getting to Hydatos is the real grind. Welcome to Hydatos. You're here forever, as we say in Hydatos. That's the real grind. But, you know, doing Baldestian Arsenal is its own unique experience. You know, you want to get that Ozma mount, right? And that's actually the easiest part of Hydatos, is getting the Ozma mount. It's way easier than getting the weapon or the armor or anything else. Maybe Bunny Fates is the only thing easier than that. Anyway, let us continue. Oh, hello there. Are you friends of Reek? Caligo, this is Miss Olvera, the wet nurse who raised me for practically the entirety of my childhood. She was bonded to my family and lived with us in the city at the time. And when she came of age, she was forced to leave. That sucks. You've grown into such a strapping young man, but I can't imagine you came to Gatetown just to pay me a visit, my little Reek. How cold are you, Reek? This woman raised you and you don't even visit her? Not in front of him, if you please. But to answer your question, we did, in fact, come to see you. There were stories that you told me as a child of a courageous hunter. Was that hunter, perchance, the warrior of light, Renda Ray? Of all the reasons that you could have... Aye, those stories were of Renda Ray, the greatest bounty hunter of her day. The legend so many aspired to become. Less so after the flood, but was still fresh in everyone's mind when she was younger. And for all the good they had done in life, none could deny the chaos they sowed in death as sin-eaters. But despite all that, me and my mates still looked up to her. We knew all her feats and swore to preserve them, in secret, if need be, that she might inspire future generations as she had ours. So years and years later, when you wanted to hear tales of adventure and heroism, I couldn't help but share with you the ones nearest and dearest to my heart. I only wish I had the chance to change all the names. Then it's true, the hero you looked up to as a child, whose tales of daring do drove me to take up the bow as you had, to pester you for training that I might become a bounty hunter. It was her. Oh, Olvara, Caligo and I are hunting Andrea, and we believe that one of the stories you shared with me might help guide our search. namely, the one about the great horned beast that killed her friends. Will you tell it to me again? Wicked White, is that? Oh, my little Reek. Very well. Even as a young hunter, Brenda Ray's incredible hearing was unparalleled. She could track her quarry through the forest by most minute sounds of their passing, from alms away, by some accounts. Even the most subtle and stealthy beast never lured her for long. A misplaced foot, a snapped branch, eventually Brenda Ray would know, and her aim was always good and true. As she grew older and honed her skills further, she set her eyes on bigger prizes. She became a hunter of notorious marks, and together with her comrades earned fame and fortune. As their reputations swelled, so did their egos. Only the most dangerous game would suffice. And so they resolved to hunt the Scourge of Novrand, the devourer of souls, Alam Wits. But what Randa Ray did not realize was that her greatest strength would prove her undoing. When she faced Alam Wits, the beast roared with such force that it brought her to her knees. Helpless, she could only watch as it claimed the lives of her beloved comrades and fled. After burying the hunters and vowing that she would one day avenge them, she took to the road once more. She met Ardbert and his fellow warriors of light, and for a time she accompanied the fledgling heroes on their adventures. To them, she was a breath of fresh air, a vibrant young woman who savored every moment and found joy in the simplest pleasures. They knew not of her fallen friends and how their deaths weighed heavily upon her still. The party wandered the realm, performing many a great deed, and growing ever stronger, as did Renda Ray. While in Carusia, she even devised a means to defend against the powerful roar, that which had been her downfall that fateful day. And then, while engaged in an adventure in Raktika, a rumor reached Renda Ray's ears. Alam Quits, Scourge of Novrand, devourer of souls, had been spotted wandering the Saita swamps. It was a golden opportunity, but to seize it would be to face the beast alone. She could not wait for Ardbert and the others, nor could she ask that they forsake their sworn duty. But perhaps it was just as well, for the memory of her defeat still haunted her. The courageous hunter had allowed a single fear to take root in her heart, the fear of losing her new comrades, as she had her old. So it was that Brenda Ray ventured forth in secret, resolved to slay her hated foe, Balam Quits, alone. And with all her strength and guile, the legendary hunter did just that. I was hoping that Ardbert and others came and saved her and said, well, you can't face it alone. We'll save you. Like she was going to get beaten again, and then they came and saved her and said, we're not like you gotta let go of those fears of worrying about us die. We're gonna take it down together. And they did, but I guess it was just by her. Her vengeance claimed she rejoined Ardbert and the others, and never spoke of the terrible battle twixt her and the dread beast. From that day forward, She was Rendare, warrior of light, and the deed of her and her comrades would be celebrated forevermore. It's strange to think that the woman I admired when I was young would become a sea-eater I swore to slay. What she became doesn't change who she was. Even if the tales were a little embellished over the years, they were rooted in truth. She was and will always be a hero to me, and to you, I hope. Thank you, Miss Olvera, for everything. I promise I'll visit again soon. So, Caligo, remember that theory I told you before about the virtues being driven by powerful memories? If Andrea is reenacting the journey leading up to her confrontation with Bottom Quince, the one that took her from Arang to Colicia, then her next destination must be the Rock of Greatwood, wasn't it? Right. That's where she laid low the beast at last, in the Sitia swamps, to be precise. And so that is where we shall go. Let us away. Now listen, Reek. There's an awful lot of people don't know about Randare, or the world for that matter. So wherever you go and whatever you see, remember not to take it at face value. Don't just accept what others tell you as good and true. Listen to your heart and decide for yourself, and be safe. Sure. See you later, lady. I promise I'll visit again. Sure. Caligo, was it? It was a pleasure to meet a friend of Reek's. His parents never hesitated to provide him with all the wealth and opportunity they could. But when it came to love and support, well, all I can say is that it's a miracle the boy turned out as well as he did. One can never have too many friends or too much support. That goes for you as well, I should think. Yeah, it's good that we're kind of learning about the Warriors of Light. You know, they showed up as Warriors of Darkness, and they're all... You hear about them. It's kind of cool that we get backstories. Though I can't imagine how role quests are going to continue in the next expansion. I mean, this is very specific. We got very specific people we're following around. I guess they'll just make up new stories, right? I know he's a bit exhausting at times, but do try to be patient with Reek. One moment, I just gotta take a quick bio break. I shall return very shortly. All right. Just told us still stay. Runar, can you guys please stay for a little bit? Just long enough to eat a feast? No, we have to get going. Then the warrior like, just walks away. It's like, no, you stay here. Have time with your stalker. Guy who seems to be a little too attached to you here. Then Ward like teleports back in. Oh, there he is. Okay, we must be. Oh, he's leaving again without us. Sorry, gotta hunt Sith Eater. Roll quest. They told me I have to complete one, at least one, if I'm gonna complete Shadowbringers. But I'm gonna complete them all. Watch out for Stockholm Syndrome. I feel like Y'shtola already has Stockholm Syndrome. She seems to really like the Blessed. Ooh, we get to fight something. When I was little, Miss Olvera seemed so much bigger and stronger than me. Though, to be perfectly honest, the way she carries herself even now bespeaks of confidence I cannot help but envy. But never mind that, we have a virtue to hunt. Let's commence the search at once. Keep your weapons at the ready, my friend. Archangel Virtue. About time my luck took a turn for the better. There she is. Oh god, not... What? Kind of on Reek's side on this. But now? You gotta be kidding me. And that's how the Warrior of Light died. The Echo decided to interfere. I wish you were all here with me, but I know it's better that you're not. I have a score to settle, you bloody bastard, and this time I'm ready for your tricks. Yeah. Wait. Am I gonna play as her? I'm gonna play as Ronda Ray. That's funny. It's like, obviously this is designed to be a ones if I didn't know how to play Bard, I'd be like, what? Okay, so we got poison, we got shot, we got a heal and an interrupt. What is... I don't think I should press that. Okay. This is kind of cool. Oh, I don't have to proc this. Oh, that was bad. Let me put this. Balam Blaster. At least my life isn't going down tremendously. Aha, where's the... There we go. I'm not used to interrupt being on that button. Poison. Mortal Blast. Just gonna stay out of the front with that. Let's see how much this heals me. Healed me for a lot more than that, so... So not used to my buttons being like this. Poison. Well, you'll roar, you're nothing. Nothing, you hear me? alternating current. Let's see how much this heal is now. Okay. Don't waste that time. 1, 2, 2, 1. If only I'd been strong back then, they'd still be alive. I feel it though, can't you? The pain, the fear, serves you right. There's no one else here to stack with me. Ah, it won't end like this. Come on, Arbert. You guys gotta save him. We won't. God damn it, Brenda. In the nick of time, I see. 2 tanks. Whoa, 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 whoa. Who are you? There's a new one. There's another. Who are you? She looks like she's that elven girl from the 1.0 trailer. The one in the Echo flashback. Something's wrong. It's shrugging off our attacks. The one with like where they're fighting the Marlboro. There was an elven lady, and she didn't make it to the Dalamud cinematic. So like, what happened there? I wonder, like, is she gonna be a victim of the flood, and that like really makes Arbor and everybody get really sad and such? Got plenty of arrows left for you. Well, Struck, keep it up. And where's the little killer? Where's the Lala? There she is. Gotta apply my poison. Has she been in the flashbacks, the ones showing the group together? I've never seen her before. I don't think I have. Or have I? I don't remember. First time as I'm seeing her as far as I know. There's this one flashback in the 1.0 where it really looks like Arbor, like in the Crystarium. Accepts, you know, the leave, and then he's with the, I guess you would say he's with Nidebert and Ronda Ray and Arbert, and then he goes into that leave Echo. And then he's there with the Lullafell mage, the Herogidan Marauder and a female Elzen Gladiator. And then when the Dalamud comes down, like the Elzen's still there, the Mithra, that Final Fantasy 11. The Makote, the Rogadin, the Lalafell, and of course the Warrior of Light. Are we supposed to go in that? Everybody else is going in that. But yeah, she never made it to Dalamud. It's just kind of like all or nothing. I'm sticking out of this portal. Nothing has ever told me to stand inside of an AoE. It's more like I gotta save them. If I don't, they're all dead. Okay. But yeah, that's the last you see of her is in that one flashback. So that's cool. They're even acknowledging that flashback. So there was another member, but she didn't make it. Tough old book. But hey, the power of friendship. They did it. They made it together. Tough old bugger. Is everyone all right? But I don't know what to say. Thank you, everyone. And I'm sorry for trying to go at it alone. And why, pray tell, did you even think to do something so foolish? If we'd been here from the first, it wouldn't have been anything even approaching a challenge. Back in the day, I was a bounty hunter. I've told you that much. But I haven't told you about my old partners. Together, we tracked and claimed countless notorious marks throughout Novrand. We were the best in the business. Everyone knew our names and our reputation. They called us legends. And somewhere along the line, we started to believe it too. And then we set our sights on Balam Quits. I survived. They didn't. I swore vengeance. I have no idea how to go about pursuing it. Then I met you lot. I thought that maybe with your help, I might just have a fighting chance. So you see, I never intended to keep it all a secret. It's just you never asked. And since I'd rather not talk about it. Easier to live in the moment, you know? The next town, the next job. The weeks flew by. And after a time, I started having second thoughts. I'd lost those closest to me before. I didn't want to live through that pain again. Are we not your comrades? Through thick and thin. These bonds of fellowship between us must come before all else. Otherwise, they may as well not exist. You say the thought of losing us pained you. What of our feelings? What of our loss? What if we had not arrived when we did? You saved our lives more times than I can count. How dare you refuse to let us do the same? Without those keen ears of yours, I'll never know what bollocks Brannon and Nidebert are whispering about behind my back. And ignorance is not bliss, let me tell you. Who are you, Ellison lady? Everlasting light! Nah, it's not the flood yet. I knew that. And this one's worth a fortune, and fame besides. I'll wager we won't have to pay for our drinks when we get back into town. Oh gods. Not another night to remember. Don't you worry your pretty head over our fearless leader's questionable constitution. Take pride in the victory, for the small folk will sleep easy once they hear that Balam quits his demise, until Oddbert's drunken snoring wakes them from their slumber. And on that note, I think it's time we quit this place. And Randare, I trust that the next time you decide to hunt deadly game, you'll do us the courtesy of extending us an invitation. And here I thought I was doing you all a favor by keeping you out of my personal affairs. Selfish as it was. Oh, fine. But if you go and die on me, I'll pay a necromancer to raise you from the dead so I can kill you out of spite. Agreed. Now then, mind cutting off whatever it is you need to take back as a proof of the kill? I don't want to lose our reward on a technicality. A horn. Cut the horn. Uh-oh. A crystal of light? Such a fine crystal. Why not hold on to it as a memento of this occasion? That's her crystal of light, eh? Wake up, damn you! Hello? What's wrong with you, huh? The second time your so-called gift has cost us a chance at slaying Andrea. You know what? I've had enough. Enough, I say. Yes, I don't need your help. I'm perfectly capable of hunting the Sin Eater on my own. You know what I gotta do in the chat? My reaction, good luck with that. It's past time I told you to piss off. Yeah, I'm gonna sick this. On our return to Gate Town, you will be given your final payment, and we'll be free to go our separate ways. You and your fancy diamond bow. They got a new diamond bow out, and it's got gesture maxing to the max. He's actually going back to visit her. See? I didn't break my word. I did come to visit you again. It's like, that was only a couple hours ago. Actually less, because I don't know how long that echo survives. And dude, if you were so capable of hunting Andrea on your own, without my help, you could have done it right there and then. What? I had a vision, you didn't take the opportunity to take the glory for yourself? That's on you, dude. I was busy having some lore explained to me. I much prefer the lore. The lore is its own reward. What is it? Did something happen between you two? Honestly, I don't know I ever placed my faith in you. You are such a disappointment. Those fighting words, Luke. Lurik. Consider this the formal dissolution of our partnership. Let none ever again speak the names of Reek and Caligo in the same breath. Yes, never again. And with that, I bid you good day. When he was little, Reek's parents punished him for a time by withholding his allowance, and without money to lavish on his friends, he soon found that many were only drawn to him by his wealth. I dare say he feared you would abandon him as they did, and decide to push you away first. I'm not making excuses for what he said. I only hope you can find it in your heart to forgive him. Take some time to think it over, then come and see me. Oh, and take this for your troubles. She's the one who pays me? And I definitely don't think I have time to do another... We don't have time to do our magic. So we'll just go to where that is, which would be Mortsuk. Right? Or did he go somewhere else? Yeah, there he is. With Tamnor. So we'll get magic and healing done on Sunday. We'll get their next Pixie Gate on Sunday, and we'll do more MSQ. We'll finally let Y'shtola outside of the blessed encampment that she so desperately said that she had to leave, but is now going to be there for quite a little while while I get the rest of this taken care of. So yeah, we got a little bit done. we unlocked a new tribal quest, which I will not do on this character. I'll do it, but the first time will be on my second playthrough. I can level my gathering through other means besides that. We'll do one tribal quest per character for first time. So yeah. Anyway, let me mute the music here. Yes, Sunday we shall pick it up again. Hope to see you all there. Make sure, of course, to like, comment, subscribe. If you're watching this a little bit later, if you want to support me directly, of course, become a channel member. Or if you just want to leave super thanks or a super chat, I'd be most appreciative. If you're watching this on Twitch, feel free to follow. That's pretty much the only way you can support me as far as I know. And if you don't catch these live, they will be a playlist on my YouTube under Shadowbringers playthrough. And on Twitch, there will be a 7-day VOD, temporary VOD. So yes, I hope to see you all Sunday, and if not, I will see you in the world of tomorrow.